The Last of Us Part 2 gets a pass because the characters are all men. Hato's post office. Oh, it's a little tuxedo cat that looks exactly like my cat, Teto. Do I want to play as Teto? This is a game for girls. Okay, pastel, bright, overwhelmingly cute. Deliver mail as Cato, the town's dedicated post cat, while meeting unique friends in a vibrant, cozy town filled with kitty residents. Came out on the 4th of August from In Shambles Studio, published by Cult Games. They want 650 for it. It's intended to be a short experience. Takes about an hour. Okay, so it's a game jam game, basically. You explore a colorful town as a little cozy kitty cat. Many cats to befriend, but not that many. An hour's worth. Mail to be delivered, a meow button, things to knock over. They tell you twice that this game only takes an hour to complete. Okay, we'll see you on the other side of a humble bundle or something. Backroom company. Okay, okay. Creative bankruptcy. So you can choose to have the filter on. No, I guess when you have the video camera up, it gives you the VHS camera. What is this? A world that Kane Pixels probably never intended to spawn has spawned. And this is what happens too when other people get a hold of your creative ideas and just mangle them into absolute nonsense. There's 34 screenshots of this co-op slop. Backroom Company, aka Async Corporation. You should have called it Async Corporation, but I guess you wouldn't have got as many hits from people searching for backroom slop, now would you? A mysterious group exploring NoClip. No one knows who created it. It was Kane Pixels. Kane Pixels created it. Put some respect on the name. Follow the missing explorer's traces and find strange items deep in the backrooms. Came out on the 29th of July from Hypercent Incorporated. They're serious about the game business. They want 1150 for it, and it's been monetized with a bunch of in-game purchases. Oh my goodness! Wait, what is this? Join your Discord. Ugh, gross. New exploration zones are open. I guess this was in early access. With ever changing terrain, exploration modes put your survival to the test. You are now part of the experiment. Oh, am I? You're a test subject dispatched to the back. Yeah, I get it. What does this game do new and exciting? Anything? Your only option is to hold your breath. Silence is your best chance at survival, and the truth is drawing near. Final warning, there's only one thing left to do. Uncover the true nature of the experiment yourself. Good luck. And one last thing, no matter how angry you get, don't kill your teammates. Okay. Brain rot. Star Racer. What in the off putting color palette is this? Oh, they got tired of waiting for Nintendo to pick up the F Zero IP and do something with it, so they decided to do it themselves. In just a very. Is this AI generated? Again, the question marks come out. There's something about the way that certain art is put together that just makes me question it. Maybe like it's a weird testament to the AI generation we're living in now, where it's like, yeah, that could very well have been done by hand, but my eyeballs and sensibility says, maybe a computer did this. Soar through concrete and cosmos in Star Racer, a retro infused combat racer. Defy gravity, conquer wild event races, master the course editor, and crush the competition by any means necessary. Came out on the 28th of July from Whatnot Games, self published. There is a demo. They want 13 bucks for it. Buckle up and reach for the stars. It's inspired by the retro classics. Really, only F Zero. What what other retro classic was there that was like this? It's basically F Zero 2025 with all the throwback art and stuff. And again, when I come across games like this, it's like, well, I played this in 1989. I'm good. Heart pounding races, concrete and clouds. There is a track editor, event races, local multiplayer. Grab up to 3 friends and dive into split screen madness. Who is doing this in 2025? Featured tracks by Grant Kirkhope. Really? Is he just not doing anything? Is he just sitting around? You're like, hey, Grant, listen, I loved your games as a kid. Would you make some music for my shitty throwback game. This was the guy who did Banjo Kazooie, GoldenEye 007, and Mario and Rabbids. This developer assures that no Gen AI was used in this indie game. No generative AI was used. Okay, but it looked and felt like it, so you might as well have, right? Like, I think that's where we're at. All right, good luck. Co-op kaiju horror cooking. Well, there's a mouthful. Again. But that virtue signal too is just so cringe. It just reeks of insecurity when they have to put a giant badge saying that we didn't use AI. We're we're the good guys. You can respect us. Shut the fuck. Just you chose not to use a hammer to pound a nail. Instead you chose to use a flat side of a wrench. Okay, good for you. In this absurd co-op horror game, you are medieval monks and the only chefs who can prevent the apocalypse, feed enormous monsters with a catapult, evade supernatural enemies, and navigate a reality-bending labyrinth with up to 4+ players. Wait, up to 4+ players. What does that mean exactly? Is that 4 or 5? Came out on the 29th of July from Strange Scaffold, published by Strange Scaffold and Frosty Pop, and they wanted a 1050 for it. It's exactly what the name suggests. Co-op slop. All right. Flexible tag-based cooking system. So is it sort of like Monster Hunter? No, no, you have to feed the kaiju. Why is there a kaiju in a monastery? It's like, let's just take a bunch of random shit and throw it in the pot. That's what this game was. This is what they cooked. And this is what came out. Story about grappling with your faith as your leaders begin to die off, leaving you to carry the torch, told across 13 levels. The first ever multiplayer project from the developers behind Click Holding and I Am Your Beast. Okay. Dramatic medieval soundtrack by award-winning composer. What are all these award-winning composers doing? Are they just has AI music generation gone to the point where we don't need composers anymore and these guys are all sitting around just like what do I do now? Wait for an indie email in my inbox to give me a few bucks. The guy who did the music for Dredge and Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3. Run away from monstrous creatures and when necessary turn them into food. No tomatoes, since they were only introduced to Europe in the 16th century. Well, it's historically accurate. Okay, good luck. Decon Protocol. Is this an idler? It looks a lot like an idler to me. It's very colorful. You got a bunch of mixed pixel densities, though. I don't really do it for me. Very interesting selection with the color palette. Yeah, it's an idler, incremental game, whatever you want to call it. Dive into sci-fi alien worlds where you wipe out alien scourge by deconstructing them into parts to upgrade your base and your decon unit, allowing you to produce higher outputs, more damage, more gains, and just more. Decon Protocol is an incremental game with idle and clicker mechanics. It's a game that plays itself. You boot it up and you make a few choices and watch things happen. Came out on the 31st of July from Smash Studios, self-published. It's free. Why is it free? Why? I really would love there to be some form of explanation whenever there's a game that's just free. Like, what are they doing it out of the goodness of their hearts? Are they funded by a psyop to spread a mind virus? Like what? Tell me the truth. All right, I get it. You set stuff up, you watch it go, and there's parts to click. Manage your own base today and wipe out the alien scourge. I got to find out why it's free. Like I'm scared, a little bit nervous. Like I'm a 99.95% chance sure that this isn't gonna do anything malicious to my system, but you just never know. It's possible, right? Like Steam, how good do you think Steam's QA filter really is? When for years they let in mommy incest simulators franchise. Come on now. But we'll take a chance with this one. Fine. All right. Oh, speaking of mommy incest simulation, Kimochi Classroom. Kimochi means feels good. And none of this feels good. This gives me the ick immediately. Ugh. Welcome to Kimochi Classroom, a slice of life visual novel with stunning visuals. Were you stunned by these pictures, by these JPEGs? Did they stun you right out of your gamer chair? Did you slide into the pile of goo from all the gooning under your gamer chair when you saw these? Beautiful soundtrack and immersive story. Who will you meet first? So many red flags. 2nd of August, fresh off the presses from Radish ASMR. Self published and it's free. Why is it free? Why? This has been Akemi signing out. Can't wait for you to meet my new character. Yeah, you'll be waiting forever. Ugh. SCP card attainment breach. All right, someone else picking up the SCP lore, throwing the barrel filter and a little bit of a scan line. Why? Why not? Just to make it look like it was made in the late 80s. No. SCP Cartainment Breach is a single player turn based card deck building game based on the universe of the SCP Foundation. I feel like the people who are really into SCP, that is one of the segments of the spectrum you got to be on to really be into it. I looked into it as a creative person I love Lovecraft and cosmic horror and all that stuff, and this SCP does nothing for me. It's a brain rot cosmic horror. You play as D9341, who's been trapped in a room by 079, but has promised that on finishing the game will unlock the gates to allow you to escape. Came out on the 31st of July, 2025, not 1998. From Brewbite, self-published. It's free. Why? Why is it free? Single player, free to play. Open source. Horror fantasy writing project. Yeah, yeah, okay. So because you leveraged SCP, you had to make it free? Was that what it is? I guess so. You put together a deck of 8 cards, including 5 entity cards, 2 item cards, 1 passive card. Game has turn-based structure. There are certain passive cards have abilities based on the time of day. You and opponent have only 10 HP. To attack, your entity cards must enter the combat stage without having a card name. That's Hearthstone. Max hit points can be configured before starting the game. Once you've proven yourself, you can attempt to beat it with a different strategy. You can play as many times as you want, and even if you lose, you are disposed of and may re-enter the game anytime. Well, I'm going to dispose of this and play it 0 times. Dress Up with Helene Deluxe. Okay, absolutely not for me. I could tell immediately. This is a game for girls and weird, maladjusted men. These dress up games, actually, I knew a woman in Vancouver during my indie days who was doing a website for dress up and was making hand over fist for people who just wanted to put together JPEGs from elements like this. It was wild. She'd cornered the market back then. Helene Marilyn becomes your dress up doll in this cute little dress up game. Mix and match with 301 different articles of clothing and accessories. Came out on the 1st of August from Jamo Art and Fedora Gibbles. Published by Jamo Art. It's free, but there's monetization with different dress up packs. Only playable on Windows for now. Okay, I'm good. Lee's in the City of Trials. Okay, here's another person with the mammary obsession. I'm gonna stare at this JPEG for 17 hours while you play a throwback on RPG Maker. RPG Maker, again, another niche on the spectrum. You got to be a very specific type of individual to still want to play this kind of stuff in 2025. Years after the hero leaves, restored peace to the world, a new fearsome fortress has suddenly risen. Monsters plague the world once more. Now it's up to Leas to save the day. Came out on the 1st of August from Amofuya and the Kagura games. They want 1950 for this that came out in 1950. Good characters, gameplay features, action, RPG gameplay. It's somebody who wished they were alive during the Final Fantasy One era and had been able to execute on something like this back then. All right, Saloonery. Oh, it's the Wild Wild West. Right, your mix of pixel art and 3D lo-fi textured backgrounds. Crazy. It's like they saw Mouse, some of these other throwbacks. We can do that too. Mr. Haas. Grab your trusty revolver and blast away outlaws in this fast paced shooter. You'll need to use the wide arsenal of weapons, your razor sharp reflexes, and an itchy trigger finger in order to bring order to the lawless western frontier. It's Saloonery time. Came out on the 29th of July from Bowtie Cat Studios and Orbital Contingent. There is a demo, and they want $13 for it. So is it, they would call this a boomer shooter? So we were calling this, boys, got ourselves here a little boomer shooter. Some 3D platforming, little throwback. Explore the frontier lands, venture through dusty desert bluffs, choose weaponry that suits you. The outlaw's bullets are fast, but you're faster. I still haven't finished Dusk. Dusk is a very good boomer shooter. Probably one of the only really enjoyable ones. That and the Warhammer 40K one that they did recently. Anyways, current game content 9 main missions, about an hour to 90 minutes total. 7 side missions, 16 weapons, 2 bosses, 4 difficulties, and 21 achievements. It's just slop. So it's just slop. $13 for that. I'm good. That's the only robbery taking place there. Birdigo bird word game. Because bird is the word. Bird. Okay. Not going there. Well, how does it work? You've opened the egg of eloquence plus 1 word to this game. Oh, it's a roguelike. Strolls. Well, how does this work? Facet. Arctic Turn. Skater. Oasis. What? How does this work? A word game about migrating birds inspired by Wordle and Balatro. So you just guess? Play cards, build your deck, trigger combos, and guide your flock. From John August, Corpse Bride, and Corey Martin, Bonfire Peaks. Again, Insecurity. Like, nobody gives a shit. Came out on the 30th of July from John August and Corey Martin. You don't say. And Game Team 6. What happened to the first 5 teams? They went into the back rooms and never came back. They want $13 for this. There is no demo. Okay. Also inspired by Scrabble, I guess. Roguelike elements, because of course, 2025. Although I do think this is the first roguelike game. Oh no, there was another one for today. Assemble letter cards into words, which add up into flat. I'll just do the Wall Street Journal crossword puzzle. I'm okay. Should have had a demo. World War II Armored Recon. All right. Look at the excitement in these screenshots. It's text based. Let's read some of the text. More shots ring out. Rifle fire. Nothing near. They're targeting the infantry. You could rush the position and hope they don't have any AT, or those new bazookas, or Molotov cocktails, or the guts to swarm onto your hull. And your choices. If Lieutenant Stern's machine guns can keep them pinned, my tank will flank. His mortars, my direct fire, hammer and anvil. We need to finish this quick. Rush them and they will break. All right, they also have a light and dark mode. Exciting for people who like to read. North Africa 1942. Command a U.S. tank. Lead your men against the Axis powers. Learn the hard lessons of war. The odds are against you. A text-based historical novel with 900,000 words and hundreds of choices without graphics or sound effects. It's always shocking to me that people who can crank out 900,000 plus words for a visual novel haven't actually written or tried to publish any real novels. Because it's mostly verbal diarrhea. That's what it is. 100%. Came out on the 3rd of July from Hosted Games, self-published. There is a demo. They want $11.79 for it. So yeah, if you've ever wondered about what these visual novels are like, here you go. I've been tempted many times over the years to write a visual novel. I just, it's so tedious. It's so tedious to think about how you will write branching dialogue for branches that no one will ever go down. Especially if you get like really excited and start writing this really long and involved branch of your story, and then no one ever chooses that path. Like, what did you do? But then again, I guess if you sit there and write a novel that no one ever buys, it's pretty much the same thing, right? Anyways, we get it. Every gallon of gas matters. It's an interactive novel of approximately 900,000 words by Alan Gies, lead writer of Burden of Command. Entirely text-based without graphics or sound effects. Play as male, female, or non-binary, because there were lots of those around in World War II. Remember that? Sergeant they, them. But don't expect romance in the army. I'm sure there was a lot between the wax and the, anyways, whatever. This is experience exotic North Africa as a wide-eyed American soldier, fight in historical battles, shoot Nazis. The Steward tank you'll command can be upgraded, 3 crewmen to bond with, gunner, driver, and mechanic. Personal stats, tank stats, and relationship statuses. But don't expect romance in the army. Wait, contradiction in terms. Good luck. My good luck to you. We are done. 18,419 games have been viewed. You have yourself a fantastic day.